This is my new phone. We got the new phone Who Dis stream. All right. How was everybody's week? How was your week, Elijah? Hope it went well. I'm at Charlie's Colony right now. Kind of testing out the new phone, testing out the situation. I did see a cat. It wasn't Charlie, but it was Mimi. Is she still here? Let me check. And in Jarrett, I don't give up, man. I don't give up. I care about homeless cats just that much. Okay, so Mimi over here. I don't see her at the moment. Oh, yeah, I do. There she is. She's under the What's up, Faithless? How you doing? You saw that video about Marble Cat, dude? What the heck was going on? All right. Mimi is in town. Mimi is in town. I think we'll leave one can of food here. Miss you too, Andon. Good to see you back, man. All right, yeah, no Charlie today. No Jay the Void. But Mimi's there. So we'll feed Mimi. Question is, can I reach that pre-used container? Also, I hope it's a former Soviet tank, Andon, because I guess those are probably easier to fix than, like, you know, like a Abrams or a Leopard. Anyways, but I was going to say, so I got a new phone. It's beautiful, but it's the new iPhone, which no longer has the lightning cable that my old mic had. So the mic adapter is on this ridiculous just dong of a cable. Let me see if I can swing it into the frame. Whee! Just swinging. Whee! So yeah, in time I will figure out a better solution to this. Actually, hold on one second, guys. I'm gonna actually pull this cord completely because I want y'all to tell me, because while I have 6 people watching. Oh my God, Marble Cat put the fear of God in me with that frickin' oh my God, because keep in mind, I only filmed him running across the street the one time. He ran across the street twice, bros. Hello, YouTube lurker. How you doing? My day's been okay. I wish I got here a little bit earlier, but I've been really slacking at my other job. On the other hand, you know, I have my life. I have my health, mostly. What up, Natty Fnatty Dog? It's a good name. I like that. Natty Fnatty. All right, let's get started. Let's get our things in order. Remember, life is... Okay, Dan and Jarrett, stay safe, my friend. Stay safe and stay healthy. Remember, if it's just your phone that dies, it's no big deal. You can charge that. I'm about to drop shit. Mimi! Meow, 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 meow. Oh, wait, I was gonna grab that, but I also grabbed that. All right. We're reducing, reusing, and recycling. Also, folks, for reasons I will keep close to the vest, but if you know, you know. Elijah, keep your mouth shut about the details. Same with you. Or no, Faithless, you don't know because you don't have Discord. But yeah, we will not be, at the end of this stream, we will not be heading home to my apartment. Stay safe, Andon. We will not be heading home to my apartment. Now, does this mean that there will be no more streams from my home where we're doing lock picking and chilling with my house cats? Is Barry McCochener even a dick joke, or like what's going on? I don't know. Anyways, for those of you who are curious, this is one of the legs from my former tripod that I used to film with. I used the other legs to hold up the hood of my car because my car's old and you know, the gas struts died. But I gotta tell you, you never know when you just need a long pokey stick that happens. Oh wait, that one's already extended. I was gonna say, you never know when you need a long pokey stick that happens to get longer on command. It's a good thing to have. There's that, and I can also fish out trash from other people. Very handy. You gotta have gotta remember, gotta have a long pokey stick. Yeah, that is what she said. Okay, in other news, do as I say, not as I do. Don't leave your door open like this, like a freaking knucklehead. All right. Meow, meow. Is Charlie gonna show up? I doubt it. Yeah. What's up, Doug from the Dimsdale Dimmadome? I am a silly boy, and I'm loving it that way. Silly wabbit. Tricks are for kids. Why am I in the alley? Oh, I'm trying to hold on, fuck it, 88. Wait, hold on. That better not be the 88 I'm thinking of. That no. We don't want that reference. Tell me it's a reference to, like, I don't know, the crazy 88s from the movie Kill Bill or something like that. Please, just make my day better. But yeah. So that's Mimi over there. Oh, and Jay the Void. 2 cats now. All right, Jay the Void is here. We got 2 kitties, actually. We got Jay the Void, who's a void, so you can't see him very well. And then we also have Mimi, who's underneath the dumpster as we speak. So we're going to feed them both, and then we're going to go on to my main colony that I take care of. And hopefully Marble Cat's not doing any craziness. Oh, well. Jay the Void is here. Mimi's here. No Charlie. Meow. Okay. Meow. If Charlie does show up, that'd be great. But yeah, point being is, just for the sake of, point being, me neither, Faithless. I don't either. You know what's crazy? I don't want to go into too many details because, like I said, I want to keep some things private and close to the vest. But, apparently, a disgruntled viewer, I don't know why there would be so many people disgruntled at me. I'm just trying to help cats, but you know, you never know what you did. But anyways, apparently a disgruntled viewer called into my property management company to accuse me of animal hoarding and animal, let's just say, mistreatment. And I think that's really terrible. I really do. You know, I have a suspicion I know who the culprit is. But I'm not going to point accusations publicly in a public forum. That'd be bad, especially if I'm wrong. Sorry about the truck noise. There's a big Volvo 18-wheeler pulling up right now. I mean, also, dude, not for nothing, but you're in the United States and all the trucks you could have bought, you got a Volvo. You didn't get a Peterbilt. You didn't get a friggin' Kenworth. You didn't get a Mack. No, no, no. You got the Volvo. You didn't even get a freight shaker. You had to get the Volvo. Sorry, freight shaker is Freightliner. Anyways, I should stop talking shit to truckers. They're usually armed. But yeah, like Elijah said, people are stupid and people can be vengeful too, and that's a horrible combo that I hope I never possess, and I hope most of my core viewers don't possess it either. You know, but here's the thing. You know, we're gonna keep it positive. We're gonna keep it light. I like Scania. I like Scania a lot too. I like Scania a lot too, Dr. Zonk. Unfortunately, I don't think they sell Scania in these states. There you go. It's a Volvo. It's a Rover. Ah, bright lights. Oh, I didn't see the reason for 88. Sorry. All right, 1 second. Let me hold on, because I got top messages on. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Fuck it. I like that one. That's good. That gave me some faith. That gave me faith in the world. Also, yes, happy Finnish Independence Day, Suomi. Please, somebody go into who's the biggest Finnish YouTube channel? Probably the Hydraulic Press channel, right? Somebody go talk to Lauri and what's his current girlfriend's name? I know his ex-wife is Anni, but is it Anna? Point is, somebody go wish the Hydraulic Press channel a happy Independence Day, and we hope you guys decide to channel your best. Who was that? Who was the Finnish sniper who was very good at introducing himself to Russian soldiers? I mean, and that's the thing, Dr. Zonk. I'm sure the gearbox in the Volvo might be better in not America, but here in America, they're all probably using Eaton. Eaton, or what's the other one? Allison for the automatics, I think. I don't know. I'm not actually a trucker. I just cosplay one on television. Finishing sauce. That's a good question. My question about the Finns is, do they like shark fin soup? But all right, let's go check out the main colony. Yes, the white, that was his nickname. Was it Simo? Was it Simo or Timo? It was one of the two. It was Simo or Timo, and his last name was something extremely Finnish that I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce because I'll butcher it. But yeah, he sends his regards to all the good little Red Army soldiers who are in Finland. Simo sends his regards. Yeah, I think it's Simo. That seems like it makes more sense. Ka-chunk. Simo sends his regards. Kitty Cato. 2 Kitty Catos. 2 kitty catos are out. Yay, kitty catos. Okay. I see Winston. And I see Ann Gray Cat, I think. I don't know. Simo Haisha. Yeah, that's the one. Total badass. Meow. Okay. Wee. Hello, kitty meow. What's up, Winnie? Is this Dick Grayson? What's up, Dick Grayson? I'm hoping to see Marble Cat too, Faithless. Okay, Marble Cat! Meow! Meow! Hey, dude! Meow! Oh my god, I'm dragging the stupid Fugazi this thing on the ground. Marble Cat! Okay. My relief at seeing him on this side of the street and the fence is very much a lot, extremely. All right, we also got Denise the Menace. Do we have a Tatiana sighting down here? Nope, but Winnie's here. Winnie says hello. Oh, Lady Jane Grey is underneath the dumpster, looking for a Tatiana sighting if possible. T? Nobody there. All right, we got anybody under cars? No, and nope. Meow, 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 meow. Okay, let's get a move on. I hope not. And I mean, also, what you don't know, Faithless, because I don't go there because I don't involve myself. This is, but there is a small colony across the street, actually. Exactly, Dr. Zunk. I actually found that out a little bit later, where I was like, "Oh wow, you mean to tell me that that Volvo bought White?" And I hope not. Hey, Marble Cat, you got a significant other, my dude? Who's your sugar mama? Who are you cheating on me with? Tell me. I want to know. But yeah, there's actually a small, like, I don't know how well you can see, but you see that wall back there? Is behind that wall is, you can kind of see it's a power line path, which is also, okay, so sorry folks, we're ADHDing and then we'll feed the friggin' cats. All right. Meow. But so you can see the large power lines go over there. They go across the street here, and actually the nursery by where the Fats Napoleon. Guys, no fighting. No fighting. Marble Cat. Meow. But anyways, as I was saying before I got distracted by kitty cats running. So yeah, and you know, because power lines then these are pretty high voltage lines, because those are dangerous, they generally exist as sort of a right of way because they don't build anything near them. Now, I've said for many years, and I will say it again, those are places to put affordable housing for the homeless. But what they actually do very frequently is they use them as nurseries. So exactly, Skinny, we're feeding kitties. So over there by where the Fats and Napoleon colony is a nursery, and over here is also a nursery, and in fact over there by the homeless peeps is also a nursery. But and there are kitties in that nursery, and there are kitties in that nursery too. But Hector takes care of the kitties at that nursery, and I think some other people do. I occasionally stop by that one, as you know, but my primary quarry is with these dudes. Hello, Ryan, flipping from VA. Yeah. Yeah, that's my ADHD going cray, 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 cray. But yeah, I'll tell you one thing, Faithless, I kind of agree with you, but they do have a very like, yeah. I do. They have a lot of grunt, and they also like once Australian truckers get to them, they do look pretty badass with like the bull bars and the like extra lights, and just they really they do some serious motoring, which I think is super cool. But oh, from Sweden. No wonder you're a fan of Scania and Volvo. I will say this, I learned how to drive on a Volvo V70. I will always have a soft spot for Volvo, and I miss Saab, the car manufacturer, too. What the heck is this? I don't know. Not my problem. Kitties! Feed the kitties! Meow, meow. There's a lot of the friendly cats out here tonight. That's hopefully bodes well that I get lots of pets. If I don't, I don't know if big sad. I'll be a little sad. I'll be kind of sad if I get no pets. But like, I'll understand. I'll be okay. I'll always be okay. Unless I'm gonna pick it from my there are many ways to avoid the thing, starting with paying your rent, which I do well. Okay. Pardon the ramble, and I know the filming. Hey, look at that Manice waiting patiently. Oh my God, you have a V90 and a V70? Sir, big respect. Big respect on that one. I will say this, I hate it. I also kind of, on a Volvo front, we're talking very Scandinavian. Sorry, Manice, I know it's we're talking very Scandinavian right now. But, actually, I'll just go in front of the thing. It's not raining or nothing. Speaking of Volvos, that car that just peeled away, S40 in red. But yeah, one thing that kind of burns my butt is that, first off, Americans don't seem to understand that station wagons are the true ideal and final form of the car, and they will eventually inherit the world. I don't know why they don't get that, but like, it's slowly happening where every crossover is looking more and more like a hatchback by the day, and I'm like, eventually they're gonna remove the hatch bit and just go full station wagon, and there will be equilibrium in the world once again. But yeah, but on that note, I really despise that Volvo didn't, like, apparently Americans are not worthy of the actual 90 anymore. We only get the cross country, like, they don't even call it the XC90 because that's a different that's an SUV standard. So they call it the V90 cross country or the V90 XC or whatever. Not that it's not good looking. Little V! Not that it's not good looking or something like that. Hey, Manice. Not that the V90 cross country isn't like cool or whatever, but I want the regular V90 that's long and low and looks like it's a freaking lead sled. I love that look. I love the look of a low wagon. We don't get them anymore in the States, and like I said, I learned how to drive in one. I will forever have a soft spot for like big Swedish station wagons. Lil V, you seem so happy and upbeat. Oh, I smell a fire from the homeless folks. Hey, Manice. also, for what it's worth, I'm working my Universal job both tomorrow and Sunday, starting at 2 p.m. 8-hour shift. So so while we probably won't have any like daytime like picking streams over the weekend, because frankly 2 is when I usually start those kinds of streams, and I'll be working. But thank you. But yeah, there's a non-zero chance that I'll swing by here either one or both nights of the weekend just to say hello. It'll be closer to like 9:30, 10 p.m. rather than right now, like after midnight p.m. So I'm not saying that it's going to be like suddenly flush with kitty cats, but there should be a couple more than there are right here, right now at midnight. All right. Speaking of which, hello, minis. Minis, the minis. Wish, 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 wish. Come on, Wolvie. Wolvie. Sorry, put the butt to y'all. Minis. You can tell it's cold because the food is not flowing. Marble cat. Okay, Marble Cat. In case you don't want to hang out with me at the moment, so I will leave you to your own devices. I hope you eat very loudly so the microphone picks it up. Speaking of microphones, let me go to more and get the other one. It's Grayson! Uh-oh. Bro, what the heck? I actually just noticed this stupid thing is not even plugged in. Look, it's blinking the no connection thing. We've been doing this entire stream using the built-in mic. KT Lay, so nice to see you. It's been way too long since I've heard from you. What's up? Okay, yeah, Elijah, sorry you could barely hear me, but yeah, this thing was completely non-functional this entire time. I'm going to have to find a better solution to the audio thing, but for now, that's where we're at. All right. Customer service satisfaction, Subaru, Lexus. What's up, Acandroid? Oh my God, a vegan BBQ? There's ways to do a vegan BBQ really well, but I doubt that they're doing that. Yeah, but like you can do like BBQ portobello mushrooms is a good call, or what else has got a good like meat adjacent texture, or like and lots of protein and whatnot. Aside from mushrooms, I mean obviously other sort of fungi that are edible, so like truffle. Not that truffle is portable enough that you could barbecue it. Yeah. Faith, KT Lay, you are just the bomb.com, and I'm a little bit pissed at myself that I didn't send Marble Cat to Canada when you were first offering, but we might have to, BBQ lentils actually sounds not like the end of the world, but it also sounds like it could become slop extremely quickly. That's just what I'm saying. And like I don't hold with the Impossible Burger thing. Like I think that's just jank. That stuff's nasty. But yeah, BBQ lentils, like, why even bother with BBQ lentils? Why not just go with vegetarian baked beans? Like, that's classic barbecue food. Anyways, I've noticed that where I'm going is completely shadowing poor Winnie. What's up, Skylar? We're feeding kitties here. But yeah, okay, in other news, since apparently, yeah, no sign of Tatiana today. But hey, we got plenty of Marble Cat exposure, so that's good, right? Okay, excuse me, Winnie, I just gotta grab these empties. What's up, Melanie? I do apologize. We did swing by the Charlie Colony earlier, and he was not there. However, he did. However, Jay the Void and Mimi the cat were there. Oh, anything with paneer. I think paneer is like God's gift to vegetarians. Like, it's so good. I guess it doesn't really work for vegans because paneer isn't vegan, but like all the same, it's just so good. And there's so many. I hope he wasn't checking out the weed store. He's got. They don't sell catnip. They sell real weed at this store. No, Melanie, I'm not vegan. In fact, I'm quite the opposite. I am one of those connoisseurs of mostly brown food. Uh, I love eating. Unfortunately for the yeah, I'm a devout member of PETA, and that's people eating tasty animals. Uh, it sucks about the allergy thing, yeah. But you know what? You know what? I've actually noticed Baby Blue is one of those 30%. Baby Blue isn't allergic to catnip, but he is one of the 30% of cats who was like, catnip? I don't care. It's just, I'm not interested. Amber Ico 442, we are feeding homeless cats right now. No, I don't eat cats. I help homeless cats. Yeah, who's in town right now? Let's be quiet. Shh. No! There goes Gracie. There goes Neville. Hey, Liz. Sasha, or no, you got, I think it's Dick Grayson and Lady Jane Grey. Minis! All right, let's go check in on the other colony really quickly. Oh, okay, no, Chelsea, we definitely don't do that. We definitely don't do that. In fact, I think that should be illegal in my country if it's not illegal already. No, I make sure that the cats are well fed. I make sure that they know that they're loved to the best of my ability. And the ones I can rescue, I rescue. 60 kilos. Holy smokes. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Pardon the belch. Also, fuck it, 88. I agree with that law. You know, yeah, India is a beautiful place. Complicated and fascinating. And I tell you, if you go to India, which I've gone once, you will see some beautiful things. You will see some horrifying things. Overall, it's a well-balanced vacation. Huh. Do we see any kitty? Yeah, blah, blah. Do we see any kitty cats here? I don't see any. Unfortunately, it's a little late. It's a little cold for most of the guys. You know, I'm just glad we got to visit with who we got to visit with. Darjeeling. I mean, yeah. Let's see. When I was in India, I went to Mumbai. I went to see. This is what I'm saying. These are the same. This is what I was saying from the earlier conversation. These overhead high voltage lines. They love to put nurseries in them. You know, fuck it, 88. That's awesome that you do that, because puppy mills are oof, woof. It's just such. KT Lay, thank you so much for swinging in and sleep well. I know it's probably very late where you are, and yeah, I gotta get in touch with you if you're still working at the rescue and like figure out what the next steps are. Cause my last video, not my last live stream, but my last video when we, which it's available now to members, but I haven't finished the I finished editing the final cut, but I haven't yet exported it and uploaded it, but I'll get around to that either tonight or tomorrow morning. But either way, but Marble Cat, who's one of the most social ones, was running across this friggin', yeah, it's okay, so it's 1 a.m. where I am too. Yeah, but Marble Cat was running across the street. He was running across the street. It was terrifying. I was literally doing exactly what I'm doing right now. I was walking back from the other colony. Hey, Winnie. I was walking back from the other colony and I saw a cat over there, and I'm like, oh, let's go find out who it is. And I go across the street, and it's Marble Cat of all cats. And I literally chased him around the building, and he came out. I didn't chase him. I walked behind him, and he came around, and he ran across the street this way. And then at the end of the feeding, he ran across the street that way. And I tell you, I was screaming, run, 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 don't do that. Oh my God, it's so scary. Oh. 12. I've thought about them, Mel and I, but they're just so darn expensive to get them like a plenty. So probably not going to do that right now. But I've also, but like, I've definitely given some thought to it. It's just, it's primarily a cost issue and a worrying about, like if they have a collar. I don't want, because they go through, you know, the street cats, they go through a lot of fences and through tight stuff or whatever. I don't want them to have something around their neck that could get caught. That would be awful. Nothing but gray kitties eating. One gray... Lady Jane Grey's like, I want no part of this. Gracie's now gone too. Oh yeah, fuck it. I do pretty much the same thing. I have an open door policy in my bedroom. Whichever cats want to sleep with me, they can sleep with me, and I encourage them all to. And you know what? It makes the days. Yeah, Dr. Zunk, I microchip my home cats, but the street cats, they're a little bit more difficult to microchip. But you know, my rescues get microchipped because they go out for rescue. But like the street cats, they don't get chipped. I was gonna say, I've thought about chipping them, and Fix Nation, I don't know what they're doing now with their new situation, but Fix Nation, which is where I took most of the cats for TNR when I was doing that more, did give the option to microchip the cats you take in, and I never checked that option because it was extra money, and I was like, look, the city of Los Angeles will pay me. No worries, Scott. Thank you. Yeah, the city will give me vouchers to pay for TNR. They will unfortunately not support the microchipping of the cat, so that's just extra money for me. Like I said, I haven't really done TNR in quite some time. Most of the most important cats to TNR in my area, I've already gotten taken care of to the point where there's very few cats that still need fixing in this neighborhood, thankfully. There's Jay the Void up at Charlie's Colony, and then there's Chris the cat who wanders, and then there's Abuelo, who I see like once or twice a year, and then he just disappears into the ether, like a lot of tomcats have a ways to do. But yeah, like I already fixed Marble Cat, I fixed Charlie, I fixed, I got Gino fixed, and then all the other cats here were already fixed when I met them. Oh, and well, Baby Blue was actually not fixed when I met him, but he's fixed now. So somebody else got him. Yeah. Also, speaking of which, especially for the regular audience, Faithless, Elijah, Mel, and I, do me a favor. How's the audio quality right now? Do we because this is a new phone? Do we still have that that bzzz, or that like the sound from because I'm using the built-in mic on my new phone. Oh, we don't have any crackling or anything like that? Yes. Okay, that's great to hear. I might not need to buy a new external microphone. Beautiful. Okay, let me answer Mel and I's question. Do you ever get stopped by cops or people asking what you're doing? So primarily it's people who are like, what you're doing is actually a really good thing. Oh yeah, the old phone was shot. I mean, that phone was dying. Pauline! It seems to have better low light exposure because it seems to be like resolving it seems to give better resolution in this time. So philo artists, no, we're not raccoon spotting. We are homeless cat feeding. Although I don't think there are any raccoons in this neighborhood, but there is the occasional tacuache, which is Spanish for opossum. There's the occasional opossum. But yeah, to answer Mel and I's question, I usually have no issues with anything about anybody. The cat. Most people, Oh, flat tire on that old Beamer. Yeah, I'm hoping this is a new era of quality filming. We'll see how it goes, but it looks like it's going well, and it looks like I might not need to rock an external microphone, at least for now, which a double plus good. Oh yeah, what was I? Yeah, I was saying, but yeah, so they generally speaking, the people come over and are like, oh, what are you doing? And I say, oh, I'm feeding the cats. They say, oh, that's really awesome. Or they'll go, hey, are you feeding cats? And I'll say, yes, in fact, it's a matter. Yes, in fact, I am. That's exactly what I'm doing. So yeah, generally people are very positive. I would say absolutely there are. I just don't see nearly as many as I do cats. But they're definitely out and about. Winnie! I just don't see that many of them. But it's also so excuse me, pardon the yawn. It's 10 after 1 in the morning and I'm tired. It's also partially because I don't really seek the stray dogs out unless I see like a dog running free that looks like it shouldn't be running free, and I'm like, what's going on? Why is this little like chow chow or whatever, pick a breed of dog that you're like, that you should really not. Huh? I'm not sure I follow Bartle. Oh, I get what you're going at. I'm not gonna answer that question. That's dumbass shit. So Mel and I, it's a very difficult thing to say because officially, according to Los Angeles Animal Services, they quote strive for no kill. What does that even mean? According to the City of Los Angeles Animal Services, no kill means having a 90% or higher save rate, which, to be honest with you, is okay, but it's far from no kill in a city of 4 million people and well over 1 million homeless cats and probably a similar number of dogs. I mean, David Thompson, if you don't dig the content, you can just keep it pushing. That's always an option, you know. But yeah, we're here to help homeless cats however we can. To each their own. I really like dogs too, but it's you know, there's just more homeless cats than there are homeless dogs in Los Angeles. Domestic. Oh, speaking of things that should be illegal, declawing is. There's a big difference between trimming a cat's claws and removing it. But yeah, getting back to the no-kill issue, you know, and that's one of the reasons I don't really like. I've done it a few times where I've rescued cats off the street, especially younger ones, and I've taken them directly to animal services, but I don't. Yeah, declawing is beyond evil. Like I said, it should be illegal. But that's true. There is a lot of homeless everything in LA, but I mean, it's not necessarily the homeless people's fault. Or the homeless cats' fault. That, you know, the homeless animals have had their environment impinged on by humans, and the homeless humans, some of them have issues that we're not properly taking care of, or that they can't properly take care of, and some of them just can't afford the sky-high price of living in this city. Ooh, please don't declaw any future cats if you're going to do that. Like, you know, it's too late now for that cat, but yeah. But yeah, let's keep in mind, folks, that trimming a cat's claws is doing this. Snip, 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 snip. And that's all great and good, because you want to trim your own fingernails every now and then, or they just get super long. Exactly what Shayla... Oh my God, I'm going to screw it. I'm going to butcher your pronunciation. Sheila... Or, wait, no. Sheila all that. Yeah, just trim the nails. Exactly, trim the nails. But if you declaw them, you're not doing this. Snip, snip, you're doing this. Ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk. Ah! What kind of horror are you inflicting on a living thing? Would you like it if somebody went into your hands and went snip, 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 your final joints? Goodbye. I'm away from the camera, but I just want to say that's messed up. Sheila, park bums, it depends on the jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I believe it is still legal in the United States, which sucks. I sure hope Philo Artist that believes was lying, because, like I said, that's messed up. But, you know, for that cat, it's too late. But, you know, for that cat, it's too late. And, you know, I wish that hadn't happened to that cat, but we can't, you know, it's bad to sit in judgment of something that already happened. You know, when you're not a court of law. So, you know, like I said, if it's real, I wish that hadn't happened, but it's too late. Oh, good to hear, Elijah. Yeah, but it's too late for that cat if it was real. But, you know, we can describe what it's like to be declawed, and hopefully no one will do it in the future, because that's just a very inhumane, immoral thing to do. Ears pierced. Oof. The only body modification you should be doing to cats with their ears is ear tipping them if you're doing TNR. Other than that, leave their little ears alone. Leave the kitty alone. The only things that are acceptable to remove from pet animals are their genitalia, so they cannot make new pet animals. Or sorry, not their genitalia, but their reproductive organs. And for homeless cats, Liz the cat. So this cat is Liz, and okay, also Sheila, tough to say how many cats specifically I fed, because it's the colony. Oh, you tattoo them? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. In LA, I mean, you've seen on so many of my cats, we do the ear tipping thing. I know other jurisdictions do ear notching, but either way, it's a method to tell from a distance without having to approach the cat and check for a marker or something. Hey, this cat's been fixed. But yeah, Liz the cat who just went away, Sheila, she loves to go ham on eating. Unfortunately, she also has a propensity to eat too quickly and then vomit. Tatting the belly is interesting. See, but my question is, when you do that, how do you know if the cat's been fixed or not without approaching it? Like, that would be, like, I don't love ear tipping, because it is, it is modifying a cat's body and whatever. And I mean, look, cats, but like, the fact of the matter is the ear tip is visible from a good long way away, so I know. All right, like, marble cat, fixed. I'm not going to try and trap him unless I'm trying to take him off the streets for some reason, like a doctor visit or final rescue. Saying, like, well, that's why it's important, Sheila, that you need to fix them, is because cats reproduce way, way fast, and without some efforts of population control, they can become quite, I'm not sure you mentioned it, Melanie, go ahead, but yeah. But the fact of the matter is, we don't do a good enough job of taking care of homeless animals, of homeless living things, full stop, human or animal. But, that's useless, it wasn't working the whole day. One way to kind of break the chain is to hope that no kittens are born homeless. And that's why I say that TNR is very important, because I've rescued a lot of homeless kittens. And I've seen a lot of cats that get dumped when they're very young. And I think fixing is the first process in breaking that harmful cycle, as it were. Now, is fixing the cat the be-all and end-all of things? No. And look, if you want to breed cats, I don't really agree with that, because like I said, there's so many cats in the world, in where I live, in most places, there's just so many homeless cats. Like, if you want a cat, just go get a cat. Go save a cat. But you know, but homeless cats can also be pests. They kill and eat songbirds. They're responsible for some habitat destruction. Like I believe academics list feral cats who, these homeless cats, some of them are definitely feral, as one of the worst invasive species in the modern world because they go everywhere and they eat whatever they can eat. And so it can be very bad for local bird populations, local fish populations, etc., etc. Oh no! So yeah, just want to like wherever possible, just break that cycle of introducing new homeless cats to the city streets. So that's why I think it's important. I hope I explained that well enough. You know, and I'll also one final thing I'll add before I close this cycle of why I think it's important to spay and neuter your pets, especially your cats, and that's that unfixed male cats stink to high heaven. They are piosa. I've taken in more than one unfixed cat. In fact, at the moment, one of my foster cats who's looking for a home isn't fixed, and he's starting to go through puberty, and it's starting to smell real funky. And my black cat Ben, when I first rescued him, he wasn't fixed either. And first off, he would spray all over the place, which stunk up my apartment. But also, he was just the stinkiest little boy at the time, and now he smells great. Whoa, who this? Ow. Who are you? Oh shit. Ow. Who is this? Who this? I don't recognize this cat at all. Okay. Let's find out together, guys. Yeah. So that would be a big exception, is if you think there's any health risks with the animal. If you think there's health risk with the animal, do not take it into surgery. But, you know, as Mel and I and Faithless will say. Let's be very quiet and hopefully this new dude comes out. All right. Meow. Psst, 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 psst. Also, for those of you who are longtime viewers, Tatiana has decided to show up. Hey, T. Meow. All right. All right, come on, new kitty. Show yourself. Are you the Maine Coon that a homeless woman was looking for? T. There you go, T. Kitty is out. Meow. Meow. Yeah, not fixed. Okay. Meow. Meow. Good kitty. Oh, your Aussie was a little like flame point looking dude. Yeah, he had his chance. Marble Cat did. He had a I'd say about a solid year of not shooting blanks, but too late. And in other news, Tatiana is also eating. Good girl, T. Meow. Agreed, Dr. Zunk. I don't know where I would be without cats in my life. kitty. Ugh. Faithless, I agree with you. Unfortunately, I'm working both Saturday and Sunday, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. So I'm not working night shift, but I'm working into the night, which is, or I guess I'm working night shift, but not third shift. Yeah, that about scans. That about scans Faithless. I don't have an exact quantity about how much I spent, but I did hear from Hector that he spent about 17,000 US dollars. So that about scans. But yeah, and Mel and I, you know what? It's no need to apologize, because we if you do enough work with homeless cats, you're gonna have a few stories of just bad things happening. And look, here you are in the chat, and Faithless, like he said, he feels your pain because he's experienced something practically identical, let me retract that statement. He's experienced something very similar, if not identical. And that's, yeah, and that can be, and discussing our traumas among people who have shared life experiences can be a source of strength and comfort for us. So, if the chat of my live stream can be a source of strength and comfort for you and for Faithless and for anybody else who's lost a cat under or a friend under any circumstances, that's that's the best thing that my chat could be for. That's so much better than all the people being like, hey, have you heard my friend bend over and will you fuck me? Hi, Skylar. Exactly, Faithless. When we know better. You know what, Mel and I? Let me tell you a story about my cat, Thule, who passed away almost 2 years ago now. Now, granted, she made it to 15. She died of old age, although I will say that she probably would have lived a little bit longer if I had a little bit more money and if I had taken her to the vet before she passed. No, I'm not homeless, but I do care for the homeless cats. I care for the homeless people too. Or I have tremendous empathy for the homeless people. It's just not much that a dude in my station can do for the homeless people. But definitely, we should have empathy for anybody who's less fortunate than we are. But yeah, that's an unfortunate name for a cousin. But yeah, my girl Thule passed away at age 15, probably kidney failure. And yeah, exactly. And you've got to cherish those memories that you had. And so, yeah, my girl Thule, who was kind of the cat that showed me that I really cared for cats. Because I moved, me and my ex-girlfriend, my girlfriend at the time, moved into an apartment where Thule was already living, and she was 12, I want to say. Okay, bye, big dude. Yeah. Thule was 12, I want to say, when I first met her. She was living outdoors. And yeah, I knew her for about 3 years, I'd say. And then she died at 15, shortly after her 15th birthday. And yeah, at the time, actually, my cat Ben was living at my parents' house, and my parents were out of town, so I had actually spent the night with Ben at my parents' house, making sure that he was okay. So I came back to say hi to my cats, and at the time it was just Fred and Emily. So I said hi Fred, hi Emily, and I said hi to Thule, and she looked like she was sleeping, but she was sleeping in a really odd place because she was sleeping near the sorry, this is a really painful memory for me to relive, but I think it's important that I tell you guys so you see that, like, it affects me too, you know? But, you know, I came in and she was sleeping by the litter boxes, and I was like, that's a weird place to sleep, Thule, let me go and move you. So I come up to her and she was in rigor. And I just bawled. I held her body with my, you know, while I was just sobbing in my bathroom. And, you know, sometimes, like you see, sometimes I still, when I think of Thule and the way things went, I still miss her. But here's the thing, you know, Pauline, Scream Queen Pauline, you know, she lived a long life. 15's a good age for a cat. And, you know, hopefully, and I'll say this, the day before she passed away, she was arthritic towards the end of her life. But the day before she passed away, she kind of hobbled towards me and somehow managed to jump up on my bed. And there's a photo of me and her the day before she passed, and it's on my Instagram. And yeah, still miss her all the time. But here's the thing. Her passing was one of the reasons why I do what I do, is that I take care of homeless cats. Let me shift away from my face. I take care of homeless cats to honor the memory of Thule. Whoops, retouch? I don't want to retouch shit. You know? So whenever I'm able to help Tatiana and Winston and Marble Cat and Charlie and Big V and Little V and Pauline and just every cat, that's Thule's memory being honored. And that gives me comfort. Yeah, and Travis, I've brought in a lot of homeless cats. I got to tell you, one of my homeless cats, you know, one of my former homeless cats that I rescued has stomatitis, and she's beginning to exhibit signs of kidney disease, unfortunately, which is kind of the end game. And I'm honestly, I'm curious, you know, I'm curious what the play is going forward. I'm curious how much time she has left, and I'm not sure when it's time to say goodbye. This is my Torty Louisa. She has stomatitis, so and of late she's been urinating outside the litter box, which can be a sign of a UTI or stress, but she doesn't seem overly stressed. So I worry that it's an early, you know, it can also be a sign of kidney disease, which is kind of the final, the final act, if you will, of cats with stomatitis is kidney disease and failure. So I'm worrying that Louisa's time is coming, which would suck. But on the plus side, on the plus side, I rescued the girl. I gave her 2 years of indoor living, of good food, of hugs and cuddles. And so while I'll be profoundly sad when it's time to say goodbye to Louisa, I think I did it good for her. And I'll definitely cry when it's time to say goodbye. But I think I kept her going a lot longer than she would have if I just let her stay out on the streets. And I'll give myself a pat on the back for that one. And kind of a similar thing for Thule. Like, she was exhibiting signs of serious illness. And I kept her going for a good while longer than she probably had any right to do. So yeah. So like I said, we Yeah, I mean, I think I don't think I was going to try and get her a vet appointment to do like a kidney test. Oh yeah, cat dental is not cheap. Yeah, sorry, I was catching up on chat and all the useless motherfuckers. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Cat dental is not cheap. Bye, P. Bye, Pauline. But yeah, luckily Louisa doesn't have very many teeth left at all. She has 4 or 5, depending on whether she's lost a few recently. But hey, Gracie. But yeah, whenever I think hopefully sometime next week I'm gonna try and get a doctor's appointment, or not a doctor, a vet appointment for Louisa, because I mean, first and first, mostly I hope it's just a UTI. I tend to agree with you, Faithless. The only exception to that is when they have some sort of dental or gum disease and they need an extraction, because that can actually save or prolong their life quite significantly. But other than that, yeah, I tend to agree. Wait, which car? The Sentra or this piece of junk Jeep, whatever this is, Jeep Liberty. It's a heap of junk, whatever this is. Or are we talking about this badass 4Runner? Oh, it's a silver. Yeah, it doesn't matter what it's called. It's a hunk of junk. Oh, this is a Nissan Sentra, I think. Sentra? Yep, Sentra, aka the Smalltima, because all Nissans are versions of Altimas. Yeah, no. The thing with California is Subarus aren't that popular here because we don't have weather that necessitates all-wheel drive for the most part. So like, people don't want to pay the extra money when you could just get one of these. And Nissan will finance pretty much anybody. That's how they got the whole big Altima energy jokes, because Nissan will finance anybody. But yeah, if you have gotten Impreza, a lot of small cars look very similar these days, and the Sentra is one of the most generic cars in the world. And also, let's not forget, while we're talking about cars, that the Jatco CVT that is inside these Nissans are absolute basura. Yeah. You know what's funny? My mom, when I was a very little kid, bought a 95 or 96 Nissan Quest, and that was also the worst car that my family ever owned. That thing was a piece of shit. Also, I will say this, that Quest, because it was a 90s car, had a tape deck, and when I was a kid, I once put a credit card and jammed that sucker in the tape deck, because that's the kind of chaos I enjoy. Also, I think this is a pretty well-rounded stream today. We're feeding cats. We're sharing we're sharing in our griefs, and we're also just making jokes about how bad CVT transmissions are. I tend to, yes, stick absolutely for the win. If you can't do stick, dual clutch is good, and if you can't do that, standard torque converter automatic is not bad either. My car's an Autobox, so I can't talk shit about anybody, but I do love stick. And I've well, hey, that is good. Never want to have charges of any sort sticking over your head, but especially firearm charges. But yeah, my car is my Acura is a slush box, but also, and this is really rich of me. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool, Dr. Zonk. Yeah, definitely like one car on like my car bucket list would be an 04 to 07 V70R with the cool like metal ball stick and the Nord cap interior. What's up, the Dirty Chef? I'm also stinking a bit like Dirty Chef right now, unfortunately. But it is what it is. We're loving it. It's holy shit, it's 2 a.m. But yeah, I covet that. What was the model code? P2, I think it was. P2 or P3. But yeah, that generation of V70R, woo, bucket list car for me. Bucket list car for me. Absolutely love it. Oh, Elijah, and also Faithless, but yeah, Elijah, hilarious. I popped in on Reddit this morning, which I pretty much do every day. This is especially for Elijah and for Faithless and for everyone else who's an Aussie. I popped in and on my homepage there was something from the "What is this car?" section, and it was a picture of a Holden, and the subject field for the post was what car is this? Is it a Vauxhall? And I'm like, everybody in Australia hates you right now for calling that a Vauxhall. It's a Holden. So yeah. Granted, they're both former GM marks, but hey, I love the Chevy SS. That's another one that I'm like, I gotta get one of those. And also, yeah, when you're talking about P1800, when I was a kid, there used to be a... Exactly, it's GM. When I was a kid, there used to be a... Oops. Yeah, Vauxhall. Well, you know what's crazy is now Vauxhall and Opel are owned by the only, like, mega corporation worse than GM. Because now Vauxhall and Opel are owned by Stellantis, which is just... If GM is the lowest of the low, then Stellantis is literally subterranean of that, because Stellantis is so bad. But yeah, I also want a Chevy SS. I'd also love a Pontiac G8 GXP. I do love the Aussie imports. into the States. Especially when they put the steering wheel on the correct side of the road. What up, Quantum Fries? Yeah, I mean, was the 92, would that technically be the Catfish generation, or was that the generation before that? Oh, yeah. G6 is okay. I mean, I'm saying this is the former owner of a 2011 Malibu, which rides on the same Epsilon platform as the G6. It handled well for a front drive car, but oh my God, the turning circle was the size of a small moon's turning circle. I don't know if the G6 has that same issue, but yeah, my Malibu could not make a U-turn in a normal space. And it was like, where am I from? Damn it, I'm missing the correct hat. 1 second, I'm not actually missing it. I'm just not wearing it because it's cold. It's cold for Southern California, that is. But bam, back-to-back World Series champions, my boy. Oh, yeah. My you know, speaking of the CTS, oh, that's a good deal, Dirty Chef. That's a heck of a deal. But yeah. Saab 99, so cool. But yeah, the CTS, the CTS, especially the second generation CTS, was so dope. Around 2011, 2012, I strongly pushed my father, hey, you should probably get a CTS-V wagon, because first off, fast wagons are super cool, and second off, the CTS-V wagon guaranteed to be a future classic because it's so cool. And he's like, no, I want the new car. And he got an ATS, which first off handled like a freaking dream, like one of the best handling cars I've ever driven. And he did get it with the manual gearbox, by the way. So he got the 2.0 turbo with the 6-speed manual, and that thing, it was really a car of extremes. The handling and the driving dynamics were absolutely divine. Things steered really well, had great balance, great brakes, good transmission, not great, but good transmission. But yeah, but as good as the handling was, the interior quality was just not what it should be for a car in that price class. And I'm telling you this as the driver of a 2003 Acura TL, which is in pretty much the exact same price class as the ATS or the CTS. And this has a better interior than that ATS. Like, it's better put together than that ATS. And also, I don't know if y'all remember Cadillac Q. Blech! And of course, GM's about to make that exact same stupid ass mistake where they're taking away CarPlay and Android Auto from their cars. But yeah, the original Cadillac Q was totally garbage, and it made owning the car a lot worse because it was missing in very important things that cars need, like a volume button, or sorry, not a button, like a volume knob. Like, Q was one of the first things, like, oh, we're going to have all touch-sensitive controls in a car, in a moving vehicle, and we're going to make the volume a stupid-ass slider that you go, whoop, 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 whoop. Like, that's a good idea. Tell you, the best thing, like, high technology people have been doing with cars lately is, like, they can do all the touch screens and all the tech that they want, but the volume adjust is still a knob. As it should be. Anyways, we've been going for 95 minutes. I'm getting really cold. It's almost 2 a.m. here in Los Angeles. So we're going to call the stream because I cannot be taking you guys home with me right now. Gage Piper, what's going on? You're going to have to give me context clues, my friend. But yeah, my TL is an 03, great car. It was a known trouble spot, like many early 2000s Japanese cars, especially from Acura and Honda. This thing had a kind of a, this thing has a transmission that's very prone to failure, but that's okay because when it fails, manual swap. Yeah. I've already like done some research. It's okay, Faithless. We're going to call the stream pretty soon because I'm going home and I can't take y'all home with me because I don't want crazy people calling my property management company to accuse me of stuff that's not true, that could get me in severe trouble. So, yeah, I can't be, like, we can do streams from my house, but I can't take y'all home with me, as it were, because if y'all know where I live and bad things can happen, I don't want to get doxxed. You know, but yeah. Faithless, have a great day / night at work. Everyone else, thank you so much for stopping by. I don't have any grand message for y'all, but I will say be kind to one another. Take a deep breath and where do I live? Here? Yeah. Protect yourself. Remember, be like the Wu-Tang Clan. Protect your neck, kid. And yeah, Skylar, I'm okay. I'm gonna call. I'm pretty okay. I just don't, I just don't want to get my. No, Mel and I, we're gonna call it. It's 2 a.m. and in exactly 12 hours from now, I have a shift at Universal Studios, from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. So we're gonna call it for the night. But but like I mentioned, I think before you went on, I think there's a solid, at least. All right, let's just say there is a pretty much 100% chance that I do a live from the colony either tomorrow or, well, not tomorrow, later today, Saturday night or Sunday night. We'll do a live from the colony because I'm working 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Universal both days, so I can probably make it here. Because when Universal says 10, they give you a half hour of walk time, so I actually leave my station. For the record, what happened to Chef Dude? Yeah, I'm also Chef Boy. I just do chefing at Universal Studios. But yeah. So I'm going in, but yeah, they give you a half hour walk time. So like I punch out from my station at 9:30 and then I go and change. Point is, I can probably be here by, is that Big V? Nah, it's Pauline. All right. But yeah, I can probably be here by 10:15 at the latest. So yeah, I'd say pretty much 100% chance that we do at least one live from here over the weekend. Whether we do lives both Saturday and Sunday remains to be seen. I'll give you a 50-50 on that one. But either way, the train sound says it's time to go. Streaming tomorrow, I'm going to give you a solid 50-50 on that one, Gage Piper. Assuming work isn't too bad and I can make it here between 10 and 10:30, I'm going to say chances are pretty good that we're streaming. If I'm super tired, then we'll have to push it to Sunday, and I'll have to be like, make promises like, hey guys, sorry I didn't stream for you on Saturday, but now we'll do it on Sunday because I'm a man of my word. And blah, blah, blah. But anyways, it's time for me to head home. It's time for y'all to either go to sleep, go to work, or go to eat, or go make love to your significant other, whichever, makes you happy. Thanks for hanging out with me. I love each and every one of you, even the haters who are telling me that my nose is too big. Don't worry. With my big nose, I can smell your mama's pussy real well. Peace out, y'all!